Oddworld inhabitants have announced that the Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition will be a free update for everyone that already owns the game, which is very good, and to be honest I kind of expected this. I feel like you can't really release a game, then half a year later release a new and improved version of it. You know, it just doesn't seem quite right. As Oddworld inhabitants said, of course it's going to be free, we love you guys. So hey, at least they're not trying to rip off people that already bought the game when it originally came out. Of course, the original version was known to have bugs when it was released, and I suspect that this enhanced version is like one big update to try to completely get the game in a more stable form of gameplay, I suppose, in terms of getting rid of all the bugs and glitches and all that kind of thing. When Oddworld inhabitants released Oddworld Soulstorm, they were kind of in between a rock and a necrom spike trap, in terms of they knew there were bugs in the game, but yet they simply couldn't delay the game yet again. That would have been just ridiculous, so they kind of had to release it in the state that it was, even if they had wanted to work on it a bit more. As a result, you can kind of imagine the pressured environment that Soulstorm was released in, which resulted in mass updates to the game, with the last one in June, to fix many bugs and get the game in a more stabilised state. I feel like the Enhanced Edition is sort of like them doing the final, okay, let's properly get the game in the best state it can be, and considering they've probably spent the last half a year working on this in secret with little pressure to release it at a specific date because no one knew about it, so no one was saying, when's the Enhanced Edition coming out? Well, to me it suggests that it's being released now, or rather next month I mean, because they're happy with it and are ready to release it. And of course, making it an Enhanced Edition is a nice sweet extra for people with Xbox who couldn't get the game at launch originally. Like, it sort of makes it worth the wait, I guess, if you're getting the game in its best possible state. There was an update for the game today, and personally I'd imagine that that's perhaps inserting the, you know, what do you want to call it, the base code or something of the Enhanced Edition, getting it ready to be released. I didn't explain that very well, but I mean, like, you know how sometimes people will find things in games that have been put in there early in preparation for it to actually be made available, like when they find a new weapon in the code of a Battlefield game months before the weapon is actually made available in the game, that kind of thing. I have a feeling that's what the update today was all about, getting Soulstorm ready for the big update next month. I could be completely wrong, of course, it's just the timing of it. I feel like that might have been what they were doing with that. I've also been thinking about what this Vykkers Labs Challenge Rooms could be. Initially when I heard of this I thought it said escape room, and I was like, what the hell? Has Oddworld inhabitants set up an escape room somewhere based on Vykkers Labs? But no, challenge rooms. So that suggests to me maybe there's going to be multiple levels of some kind, each one a room or something. Of course the key phrase to consider is it says new game mode. Now that's really interesting, so it suggests that it may not be the standard type of game that we've seen in Oddworld Soulstorm. It sounds like it'll be something a bit different. I think it'll still have the core mechanics of Soulstorm, but it'll put Abe or whoever you're playing as in a different situation where you have to take on different puzzles, I guess in Vykkers Labs. Which is why I say or whoever you're playing as would it be Abe in Vykkers Labs? Or perhaps you'll play as another Mudokon character that's captured in there and is having to go through experiments, these challenge rooms that the Vykkers are putting him through, a bit like as is shown in the first Oddworld Soulstorm trailer. It's interesting to consider. I feel like the Sleechers weren't used too much in Oddworld Soulstorm, so it'd certainly be nice if they got more showtime in this new game mode. You know, maybe the Vykkers have a room full of Sleechers that's pitch black that you have to navigate or something. Despite the name, I'd be very surprised if the Vykkers are actually an enemy in this game mode. I think it'd be more like it's just set in Vykkers Labs. Maybe you'll have like some cutscenes or background animations of Vykkers watching you as you take on their tasks or something, but I doubt they'd have created Vykker enemies only to not have them in the main game and instead simply feature them in this new game mode. I could be wrong, of course, but yeah, it's interesting to consider. So that's the latest news on the Oddworld Soulstorm Enhanced Edition, and a bit of personal speculation on what could be in the Vykkers Labs Challenge Rooms.
Hello, follow me.